Hey, do you see that? There's nothing in the shop. There's no rusty trucks. There's no lawn mowers to fix. There's no emergencies for other people to get done. It's an empty shop. And finally, for the first time in probably a couple of months, I can bring in my daily drivers and address some of the issues they have that have been bugging me for quite some time now. And we'll start with the Crown Vic. I'll pull that in and I'll show you what I've been dealing with on that. And I just haven't had the time, or more importantly the ambition, to fix it. So I think today, on the rainy day, it's a good day to do that piddly crap. Alright, first things first is the Crown Vic, and it's got a couple of issues. One of which is this door, outside door handle, doesn't always want to open. Of course, it's going to work now because I've got the camera on, of course. Well, that's alright. It's working now, I'll leave it alone. But the passenger side, that definitely doesn't work. So I think we'll take the door panel off, and I think a rod's just come off and they're broken. And we'll check that out and see if it works, if we can make it work. Now the other problem I was having was the windshield wipers. It was raining a couple of weeks ago, and wipers came on and they worked for a while, and then they stopped working right in the middle, and I hit a bump and then they came back, so that's a turn signal. There we go. Let's see if they work now. Well, they work now. I need new blades, but they're working at the moment. I think I might have a bad connection somewhere, so I think we'll look at that quick. And yeah, my door apparently decided to start working again. Lovely. Another thing is this seatbelt won't retract. My dad decided to take it one day when I was working on his truck, and for whatever reason pulled it all the way out, and now it won't go back in. So I think maybe we'll start with that first. Kind of a safety issue. Seat belts don't work, so we'll get into it. Alright, I think that's my first problem solved. I got the cover off of here, and the belt was all wadded up in there and it was stopping it from retracting, so I think it'll work now. Oh yeah, look at her go. Well, we can put that all back together and should have a working seat belt. These are pretty easy fixes, it's just takes time. So I'll get that back on and we'll move on to something else. Alright, I actually have a seat belt that's going to do something. Finally. No more just throwing it over my shoulder and hoping the cops don't notice. And now, this thing seems to be working now in the rain, this door, so I think it might have just been, latch might have been a little gummed up, and I know they got special lubricant for door latches and such, but I'm going to use some WD-40, spray it around in there. Why not? And hopefully that'll keep it from sticking in the future. So now I think we'll go on to the other side and pull that panel off and see if I can figure out that rod, because I'm sure a rod came off because the handle does nothing. Alright, after about a million screws and little pieces of trim and the door panel, and I peeled that back, I finally got in here, and I still can't see what I'm doing. Not really anyway. I ended up rolling the window down, and that rod right there was popped out of it. As you can see, it's kind of bent, so it's not really sitting in there very good. So I'm going to see if I can bend that a little bit straighter again. Otherwise it's going to fall out and then I'll have to take it out again. And I don't want to do that, but I'll reach my hand up in there, see if I can bend that straight or straighter, and put it all back together, and hopefully this door will work. Works good. You can't beat me for it. I don't know why you keep trying, you'll never win, but got it all fixed up on this side door, works good. I'm sure the driver's side at some point will give me some trouble, and I'll have to go in there and fix it, but at least now I know how to take that rod out and bend it to my will and make it work again. So now all that's left is I'm going to pop the hood and check the electrical connections on the wiper motor and make sure there's no loose wires or any corrosion or anything. And if there's not, I think this thing will be pretty much ready to go again. Well, I popped off them electrical connections and took a peek in there, and everything looks good. I don't see any loose wires or corroded connections in there. I think I'll just dab a little dielectric grease and slam them back in, and if it acts up again I'll have to dig in there further, but they're working now, so pretty much going to leave them alone. But while I was under the hood, I noticed this. My belt is not looking too happy at all. She's worn through on some spots, so it never ends. Looks like I'm going to have to get myself another belt. I'll have to order that up, I suppose. Not going to drive to town today and go buy one. I'll just order one online and get to it when I get to it. But I got to stop looking at things. They're always broken. Well, alright, I got my new belt in, working good. I don't feel too bad about changing it because the belt that was on here, I think it was the same belt that I got with the car 15 years ago or whatever. And who knows how old it was before that, so I got my use out of it. But got that on, driving around, working pretty good. Only other thing is that one wheel in the back, it grabs a bit. I'll have to take that off and look at it at some point. Not really a big deal. But other than that, I suppose just clean it up inside and out. Should be good to go. Working pretty good.